name is definitely like the most important thing of a player. Like your name definitely has to be a little bit unique.
People undervalue how much advertising matters in terms of the leaderboard, and making your name something silly or not professional can definitely hurt your brand.
I feel like it's really important to have like a name that people will remember you as. Choosing a name that separates yourself from everyone else is huge for branding.
I think what makes a great name is something that's obviously easy to say, looks cool, sounds cool.
I would say not something like too long. I would say, but like a good like thing. There's no numbers in it or something.
Having a great name on Fortnite would definitely be like a shorter name, in my opinion. Something really clear and easy to say.
I can't. I don't even. I don't even want to. I don't even want to answer this. This is so bad. My name was the man, not child. Yup. That is that is bad.
The only other name was Icy Waves.
I got signed. I was good. I'm just gonna make it Blake because it's way simpler and way better, and then I don't have to explain what the PS is every time.
I used to have it as spiky meme. Yeah, we don't talk about that.
It does feel good. Like you see your name, you're like, yup, that's me. That's me. Place it up there.
I never thought I'd be up to like where I am today. We started showing up on the leaderboards and it was just mind blowing. I did not expect it.
Like at the top of the leader. Now that I'm like this far into my career, that's all I want to see.
And you take a step back and you look at the leaderboard and you're like, wow.
I think seeing my name against people like Uga, Mero, and others gives me perspective and showing me how far I've come, as well as how far I need to get.
When I first started playing competitively, I was like fans of all these people, and now seeing my name up there with them is a crazy feeling.
Hey there, Fortnite fam. Jacob PR here, and this is In the Lobby with none other than Iamzo. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Glad to have you here. And how did you first hear about Fortnite?
I came home from school and my friend was playing it on his console, and I tried it for the first time at his house, and I actually didn't like it. A couple days later, I tried again at his house, and then I went home, downloaded it on my console, and I just hooked onto it.
All right, so what made you take that jump from just playing the game on console, playing it with your friends at school, to just jumping right into competitive?
I've only been really competing at like the top for like the last maybe like year and a half, 2. But I was just always better than my friends on console, and I just wanted to go for it.
Is there anything specific you're looking to improve on in or out of the game?
I'm definitely looking to improve on duos because my best FNCS placement is either 7th in Grand Royale with Legion and Nosh, or 7th in the last 2 FNCS with Legion. And I'm currently playing with Jamper now, so I'm definitely looking to take the #1 victory right now.
All right, speaking of Jamper, your new duo, how did you guys meet, and how did you decide on Jamper being the one?
Me and Jamper have been in the same friend group for like around a year now, and I can just tell he grinds, and I know he wants to win because he's second like 2 times, and he's just like consistently in the top 5, and I know he's trying to get that #1 spot.
Is there any particular duo you're looking at, any rival, somebody you want to go against?
I don't really have any rival in Fortnite because I know we're uncontested and there's no one that can really stop us besides ourselves.
What would you say your role is for the duo, and how does that work with Jamper?
My role in the duo plays a big part because I know Jamper has a really big brain, but there's always like 2 perspectives to it, and I know Jamper is like a really good mid ground, and this season I'm going to turn him into a high demon, and then we're just going to dominate.
This has been In the Lobby with Iamzo, but I know you got a lot of fans out there. How can they find you?
You can follow me on all my socials. It's usually just Iamzo or Iamzo1.
Thank you so much. This has been In the Lobby with Iamzo.
50 teams competing in 12 games over the next 2 days, but there can only be one number one. It's time, everyone, for the FNCS Chapter 3 Season 3 NA East Finals.
NAE FNCS Finals Day 1 is about to start, and it's going to be a blast. Reigning champions Peterbot and Byla are here to defend their titles. Despite a mix-up with other teams during qualifiers, they still managed to make it all the way through. Are we about to witness the back-to-back championship? Kanata and Agers are coming into this weekend with a lot of experience under their belt. They have the most previous finals appearances of any other duo in the lobby. Will their experience pay off? Booga and Mero will be defending Chonker Speedway and battling to get the Axe of Champions in their locker once again. One season without it is one too few, and they're gonna do everything in their power to secure it. NAE is gassed up and ready for the FNCS Finals. Buckle up. The battle bus is about to take off.
Welcome back, Fortnite fans from around the world. This is it. Finals for the FNCS Chapter 3 Season 3. It has been an incredible journey, and it's all come down to this. I'm your host, Kelly Link, and you know what? I say we just get the show rolling, so let me bring on my two incredible analysts. We got Jacob PR and Vivid.
Finals.
Let's get it done.
Oh, bring it back.
Love it. Starting it off. And, you know, guys, I feel like it's been so long since we had the semifinals, but it was just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a break there, but honestly, for these competitors, it might have been a much-needed break. There were some changes to Storm Surge right before the semifinals. Some qualifier teams might not have a chance to participate, but all the excuses are out the window. Time is now.
A lot of time to do homework, which means that it means everything for you to do well. So hopefully these players today came ready, came prepared, because it's finals time.
It has been such an incredible journey, and in just you guys are joining us for the first time, let's actually recap how that journey has begun. Obviously, we've had 3 qualifiers over 2 weeks, and all that has led to the semifinals, which was absolutely insane. 3 days of action-packed Fortnite. But all of that has led to this, the finals. It's all here right now, 2 days for these teams to try and claim the lion's share of that prize pool.
Yeah, luckily for us, though, here, right now, we're not playing. We're not feeling that same pressure, that same stress, because I can only imagine how they're feeling.
Oh, the nerves have to be going crazy. I've been in this position before, especially some of these teams being in our first FNCS finals, so good luck to them.
You know who's not the first FNCS finals that they're going to be doing? It's our in-game team, everyone. So let's bring them out onto the stage. We got Mini Miner, we got Monster D-Face, and Shia Wager.
NA East Finals, baby. Kelly, for me, it's all about the 3 H's: happiness, the hype, and looking forward to 2 days.
I like that. I like that. The energy's up here. It has to be. This is the weekend that we've all been waiting for.
Oh, yeah. I've already had a little taster. EU was absolutely unbelievable. Got to see some crazy stuff, some Malibuka clutches as well as some crazy scenes. Hopefully, NA East, you got more of the same.
Yeah, I was absolutely loving the 1v2 clutches that we got to see there, especially from Malibuka. But everyone, before we can even talk about what we're going to be seeing in the finals today, we're going to give you a quick recap of what we had during the semifinals. So, Mini Miner, take it away.
Thank you so much, Kelly. Now, yes, let's recap the semifinals. Of course, kicking things off with semifinals number 1. These are, of course, the 5 winners that did make their way through all the way to the finals right here, right now. You can see Game 3 winners, Spade and Chimp Monster. What a performance.
I want to take this one because this is a team I'm going to have a lot to say about today. I'm feeling really good. Something deep down inside me says they're going to be popping off. And let's not forget, the winners from the semifinal stage, that is what you needed. That was the condition, one of the most important ones, and they did it early in the competition, and they had the rest of the weekend to themselves.
Yeah, even though they won through actually winning the game, they were so consistent throughout all of the qualifiers. I'm surprised it really did take them that long. But the next team I want to talk about, Cooper and Nani. The reason why I want to talk about them is because they also played very well in one of the first qualifiers. I think it's unfortunate for them to kind of lose that 2v1 to Kanata. I think that started the downward trend, but I'm just glad to see them here regardless.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully they can continue that upward trend throughout today as well. But of course, another way that you can qualify through the finals is not just through victories, it's also through consistency. The top 6 teams from semi-finals number 1, Paper and Lawrence, all the way up on top.
Yeah, those wins are great to get here, but it's consistency all the way throughout 2 days of action. Paper and Lawrence, they started off hot. As soon as those Storm Surge changes actually happened, they took it serious. They hit the scrims, and then it showed in that first duo Cash Cup performance. Shortly after that, they found themselves here in the finals.
Yeah, that's right. And they've been able to continue to pick up those points and play well, but so have Knicks down at the bottom, right? We're talking about Demonics and Nick FN in particular. We're talking about a set of players that have overcome a lot here. They've transitioned onto the PC track just, a little less than a year ago, maybe just around that time, and they are continuing to find success now, of course, playing consistent enough to be in the finals. That's a huge accolade.
It really is. I mean, we're seeing a lot of names, a lot of letters. Let's see some numbers. Let's see some session summary stats from, of course, semifinals number 1. We can see the most eliminations for Lawrence at 13 and the most damage dealt for Lawrence at 4,458.
Yeah, it's really correlating one with another. The eliminations with the damage, with the Storm Surge changes, with the practice that I talked about. But that's just a little teaser, a sample of what we're going to see here today, because I don't think that when they did qualify, they got that easy zone in the middle. They didn't really have to move much. This time around, it's 12 games. How lucky you're going to get.
You never know where that zone's going to go, Mini Miner. So hopefully, little luck is on their side today.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Of course, that was only semifinal number 1. Kelly, I want to learn more about semifinal number 2.
Well, we got you over here, man. I can break that down all for you. After semifinal number 2, we had 11 teams joining us here and 12 teams moving forward. Here we have the 6 winners grabbing those VRs from day 2.
Yeah, for day 2, it was all about kind of desert, rocky reels, that type of zone. The kings of that, the pharaohs, were Blake and Vert. 5th zone started things off, held it the whole time. The control Vivid, one of the best pop-offs from Blake.
Yeah, listen, they really came into this session wanting to win, because the first game, they got 2nd place, none other to Aaron and Naves, who, by the way, it's going to be their first FNCS final, so look out for them. But yeah, Blake and Vert then coming into game number 2, like, all right, listen, we got close. Let's just bump it up a little bit of a notch, and there you go. They close it out in game number 2 and secure themselves a spot in the finals.
We obviously have to talk about Qua and Tabs as well.
Yeah, when it comes to their game overall, Vivid will get into that in a sec. For me, it's their overall, circumstances for finals now. Aviv and Donnie over at Bugle, it's going to get crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And I love the fact that you pointed out the Daily Bugle contest is going to be going down, because Qua and Tabs G were a team that were having troubles throughout the semifinal session, actually making it past first Storm Surge. But game number 5, they found D-Roller and Knifer, got that mid-game refresh and used it completely to their advantage. They built up, immediately went for the high ground, and just coasted for the rest of the game. Now, today they're going to be contested, so hopefully that early game fight will help them through that Storm Surge.
They may have been a team that had some difficulties, but a team that did not in our day 2 of competition was Kaz and Who Fishy, who made the top of our list for the placements. 182 points, almost 40 points ahead of 2nd place.
Through every single qualifier, they made every single round 4, and then they made it through semifinal session number 1 as well. And I was like, man, when are these guys going to show up? Because they were playing so consistently, so well, and they just never got that qualification spot. But then semifinals, they were like, Vivid, don't worry, we got you. 182 points. Like, come on now. They really showed up and showed us what they were really capable of.
Yeah, they're like kind of a sleeper agent team overall. They heard semifinals day 2, got activated, ready for qualification. It's going to be sick. Next to them, too, Season Day, 4th place specifically.
Yeah.
They're landing close by. For Season Day, they finally have everything under control, Vivid, but it was kind of like in their own type of time chamber. There were no other people landing over at the Rave Cave. Now they got big challengers in the finals.
It took some time, right? Like, this is a new duo, 2 different clashing types of style here. Day loves to be aggressive, and Cease loves the long game, right? Like to play very consistently. So it did take a little bit for them to get started, but once they do, the aggression is there. They love to take every single fight possible.
Yeah, but now they got Commandment and Avery rolling in. They got Yellowstone and Jamper to deal with. This is a huge test, Kelly.
Yeah, without a doubt. And these 12 teams definitely tell a story, but we want to go deeper into the story with our summary right here. And I mean, just looking at it, Kaz, of course, coming out in first place with 15 eliminations.
I mean, there you have it, right? We saw they were the most consistent team. They got to get 182 points somehow in 15 eliminations. That definitely helps you get there.
It's using Kelly mentioned this backstage. You got like the Fragger up top with Kaz, Who Fishy building him out the whole way. These guys are the yin, the yang, the power couple of NA East. It feels like right now. I'm hyped to see what happens in the finals.
Yeah, we are playing duo, so having that cohesion, it really helps. Then also that damage out. I mean, 5,374 damage. Shoni, what were you eating that day? Like, what helped your aim that much to help you do that much damage?
It's just nuts, Kelly. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, 12 teams made it through in day 2, but we had 12 more teams joining us for day 3, and Minnie's got the details on that.
I do indeed. Day number 3, the final chance, the last chance saloon for all of these teams to make their way through. And here are the 6 that managed to win themselves out and a spot in finals, of course, as well. Let's talk about Dijon and Pledge, guys, because that was a great game.
Yeah, let's talk about it. In qualifier number 3, they got that victory royale, but they were so close to qualifying in qualifier number 2. They lost a couple of big battles, but they got a couple of big placings. So it goes to show that in set lobbies, as long as these guys play their cards right, don't get over aggressive, they have just as much chance as anybody else.
Yeah, and today they might be contesting another team, but someone I want to focus on. I want to jump on over to Slacks and Clarity G. Let's really put ourselves in a position. It took them this long. The last stage, the last opportunity is a veteran squad, quite literally in the final moments to actually get it to finals here. So I'm a bit concerned here for a team that had to overcome so much just to make it to this stage. We all know it's difficult, but Slacks and Clarity. But hey, they're here.
They're here, and they're ready for it, I'm sure, of course, as well. But it's not just victory rounds, as we mentioned before. It is through the consistency as well. Let's have a look at the other 6 teams, and the final 6 teams, of course, that did manage to make their way through. Of course, Nosh and Jack coming in 4th there with 131. Solid performance. Another one of those teams you expect to be there already, though.
I like this team especially, too, because they bring a dynamic to the game, right? They're going to be contesting squads outside the Tilted Towers area. They just come on in, get those storm surges, and that's what's going to be a problem for a team like Acorn and Edgy, depending on who is deciding to take the other half, because we all know Tilted's not going to be completely free.
Yeah, honestly, that's going to be a big attribute to that battle that does go down in Tilted, because we do know how aggressive teams like to get, and you got to think of all the teams that are just north of them towards Loot Lake, so it's going to be a real opportunity for teams to possibly third party if things get too loose.
Sure.
Yeah, of course, we have some other great teams on the list, of course, as well. We see Pamsto and Fat all the way down in 6th. They just about scraped their way through. And again, it's another one of these teams where, like, hang on a sec, why are they not already in finals? Why did it take them this long, guys?
Honestly, contestation, that's going to be the biggest problem that they do go through. Throughout the qualification process, they kind of ramped up their gameplay in certain aspects, but getting contested really did hurt them throughout the qualifiers.
Not only that, they have this great draw spot, the French-Canadian split. We've seen how it works out. They've kind of coined it, but again, they're contested today, potentially by Ritual. So
yeah, it's going to be rough for them, I'm sure, but we'll have to wait and see how it develops. Of course, let's throw up the stats. You guys already know what's coming up. It's the session summary. Of course, Bryson and Pamsto just managed to sort of tie it out with eliminations, 14 for both of those.
Yeah, you've seen multiple teams starting to get active with the Storm Surge changes, but those builds place 1,500, just like you've seen in qualifier number 2, those are really the key, especially for endgame, because you see a lot of times teams run out of mats, they run out of resources, and have nothing left.
Yeah, true. We just got to see, though, how today is going to play out ultimately.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, the least damage taken could have an impact on that as well. But thank you guys for the breakdown of all of the semi-finals days. It was unbelievable. But I think we have a show to get on with, Kelly, don't we?
Thank you so much, Mini Miner. And there you have it, 3 days of semifinals. But we can only look to the past so long. We have to live in the present because we are in the finals, everyone. So let's go to Vivid with the breakdown.
The present is important, Kelly. We are in the finals, but these teams had to get here somehow. And the way that they did that, 3 qualifying rounds, top 5 in each of those got you through to the finals, and then semifinals. We just talked about them, a victory royale, and then the consistency leaderboard. All in all, we now have 50 teams gathered here today, and we have this 2-day format ready, so that way we can ultimately crown our champions. It's going to be 6 games each day, today and tomorrow, but then also looming in the distance is that match point format. It's hard to hit, but you can end this competition early with 475 points and 3 victory royales. But at the end of these 12 games, Jacob, these teams are going to be on a leaderboard, and how are they going to put themselves high up there?
I mean, it's back to those basics. No more 1,000 points for the victory royale. 32 points is what's going to net you that total. Starting at 25, you get the cascading placement points. You get 5 points for 30 through 26, 30 through 35th. You don't want to find yourself there, but at least you get some consolation prize with 4 points. But if you find yourself down late in the game, because you said it's 12 total games throughout 2 days, you can get 2 points per elimination.
Yeah, it is a grind, Jacob. Ultimately, we'll have to see who is the best after all 12 of these. And as a little bit of a reward, Kelly, what will they get if they're out on top?
Well, you get the glory, you get the Axe of Champions, but most importantly, you get the lion's share of the $690,000 prize pool. First place walking away with $160,000 there, but all the teams that make it into the finals are going to be walking away with some cash. And I love getting the insight from our pros on the stage, but I also love hearing from the players themselves. So let's check it out. Nani in the lobby.
Hey there, Fortnite fam. Jacob PR here, and I'm in the lobby with none other than Nani. How are you doing?
I'm doing fabulous.
All right, great to have you. Glad for you to be here. With a name like Nani, it's a little bit unique. Can you tell us the origin story of how you got your name?
I was a young Myth fan, and he said it quite a lot. Love the sound of it. It stuck.
Love it. I love it. You talk about bringing up Myth, kind of like the OG days. When did you get your start in Fortnite?
I started playing Fortnite in Chapter 1, Season 1, but I started playing Fortnite competitive as soon as they allowed people under 16 to compete.
Can you share with some of your lowest moments and then obviously some of your highest moments so far?
Some of my lowest moments in my career is when my teammates decided to play with someone else halfway through the FNCS, and I couldn't find teammates and missed the FNCS semifinals. But I climbed back and clawed and became the player I was and ended up placing fifth in grants, and that's definitely the highlight of my career.
Right, looking forward to this season. Who is your duo? How did you guys meet, and why are you guys sticking together?
I'm playing with PSG TNA Cameron. He's a really talented young man. He's a controller player. I am the IGL of our duo. He is the fragger. He definitely supports me as well. And we are going to be on the high ground every game of every tournament.
As an IGL, it's very, very important for you to have the perfect loadout. Let's say you're in endgame. What are the items that you're taking with you?
Going to FNCS, my best loadout would be the grappler, small shield potions, chug splashes, the hammer assault rifle, and the striker pump shotgun. That loadout will help me find success.
You seem focused, and focus is a major part of Fortnite. How do you keep that focus when playing the game?
I want to become the best, and I've looked up all my life to great sports figures, and thinking about their greatness and what they've done to become the best reminds me that I have to stay focused as well.
With school and Fortnite and so many different tournaments and practice, what are some of the things you do to balance that lifestyle?
I have a lovely relationship with my very supportive girlfriend. I have lots of friends that understand that I have a busy schedule and make sure to work around it and allow me to see them. And I'm very thankful for all of those things.
I know you have a lot of fans out there. Where can they find you?
You can find me across all social media platforms at Good Guy Nani. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a blast.
Thank you so much. This has been In the Lobby with Nani.
Thank you so much, Nani, for sharing your insight. And I love these deep dives into the players. So let's dive into some of the teams that we're going to be seeing competing here today. And here we have a list of 25. But the first one we got to be talking about right now, Kanata and Agers have just been going absolutely wild this season.
They've been playing so well, but I got to talk about the man. It's Kanata, right? He has made every single FNCS finals on the NA East region, and he is the only player left to do so. And not to mention, the last 8 FNCS finals, he's gotten at least top 10. So the chase is on because, unfortunately, he doesn't have that win yet. But he is going to be landing over at Greasy Grove. And, I mean, he landed here last season, so the experience out of this POI it's there, right? But then also, let's talk about this season. 2 Cash Cup wins for the duo. Kanata, a solo Cash Cup win, but then also this last Cash Cup on Wednesday, which is important because it's the one with the new Storm Surge that got second place.
Yeah, and honestly, it was that top 5. It was kind of getting scrambled towards the very end, and it's clutches like this that shows that he has ice in his veins, that he is man that will not be denied at all.
And obviously the question is, can Kanata finally grab that first place spot? And he might look to one of the teams that grabbed plenty of first place spots. It's Bugha and Miro.
That's going to be a big one right there. Plenty of first place spots, multiple consecutive of those coming throughout recent history in FNCS. Bugha, that World Cup champion as well. We can keep piling on these accolades. Everybody already knows who they are. They're over towards Chonker Speedway. They're not going to be completely uncontested, but I think that's going to be a great thing for them because one of the teams that they're going up against towards Chonker Speedway, they have a very good record against them. So I could be thinking Bugha and Miro getting aggressive out the gate, getting the Storm Surge that they need, and then kind of rotate from there in a smooth sailing game.
Which would be a little bit of a new strategy for them. They love to make it into the end game, and honestly, typically when they do make it into the end game, it's always one of these duos left, right? Like right here, right? You can see Miro is left as a solo, but it works every single time. You can never count them out, and that's why it just works so well for this duo because they will never go down without getting a plethora of points.
I mean, clearly, you know, one of the most decorated teams, but the team to usurp them was our Chapter 3 Season 2 FNCS champions, and that'll be Peterbot and Byla, and they had a pretty volatile start to the season.
Yeah, let's talk about last season real quick. It was dominant, right? There was a lot of times throughout that FNCS finals where they had like an 80, 90-point lead, and they held it. It wasn't even like, oh, we just had it after like game 2, but no, it was throughout the entire season. They actually ended with a 50-point lead. But as Kelly mentioned, the season was a little bit shaky for this duo. They weren't actually sure if they were going to play together. They played with a couple of different duos. But then qualifier 3, they were like, all right, listen, let's stop playing around. Let's get the job done. They rejoined forces and they got that top 5 and directly advanced the finals as soon as they started playing together again.
Yeah, even though we've seen some hiccups, some speed bumps along the way, I think this team has already shown that they have the potential to keep their mindset as tight as possible. They know and have their eye on the prize here in this situation, but I don't know if they're going to be able to have that same performance, because that one was just a once-in-a-lifetime performance for Peterbot and Vila.
And it is going to be a little bit different this season as well, as they are going to be leaning at Shifty Shafts, and they're going to be contested.
Another duo that we have to look at, Clix and Duke. Clix being a fan favorite, and then Duke being a part of the trio that once won Chapter 2 Season 8.
Yeah, honestly, somebody better find him the glass slipper, because this could be the Cinderella story ending that they've been waiting for all season long, performing and improving day after day, week after week. And when their qualification run, honestly, they took everybody by storm, held on to that spot. Even when things got rough, they still found themselves within qualification.
And look out if this duo gets into the end again, because the mechanics are there.
Insane.
Right here, going up against none other than Fatch and Hamster right there, just absolutely running through them. And then another one, Nico and Casker. This play specifically, Clix just jumps in, does not even take any damage from Nico and Casker somehow, and ends up winning that 1v2 in the box. So the aim is there, the mechanics are there. That's why this duo is so good.
And these are just 4 teams. Obviously, we have 50 incredible duos. We could be talking for hours, but I know you guys want to get to the game. Speaking about the game, one of the most important factors of it is the early game. So let's actually move on over here, rotate, as we like to say, and talk a little bit about one of the newer POIs, Logjam Lotus. And Vivid, this is kind of an interesting POI because it's the first dynamic POIs we have in the game.
First of all, I just want to say clean rotation, guys. Like, well done. But yeah, Logjam, Lotus, phenomenal POI. There's 3 different variations of the POI. You can load into a game. It can be any one of the 3, which is making this contest off spawn so interesting, because how do you prepare to fight a team when you don't even know what the POI is going to look like, right? 3 different variations, which is going to make this so interesting. And not to mention the teams doing it, D-Roller and Knifer versus Slacks and Clarity G, like big names, Jacob.
Yeah, and if you guys are wondering why are they fighting over Logjam, what is the reason? Because this is one of those POIs that boasts the least, or the best average placement, I should say, overall throughout all the POIs. Not the most victory royales, but this is a 12-game series, so consistency is much more important than sneaking away one win.
Yeah, there you go. There you have it. Worth fighting over for sure. But honestly, I'm a little bit worried for Slacks and Clarity right now, because D-Roller and Knifer are way more aggressive than Slacks and Clarity. And you can see it right here. In average eliminations, 1.5 for Knifer and D-Roller. And then Clarity and Slacks, they only have a 0.8. So it shows in the stats as well.
And it's not just these teams that are going to be contesting each other. It's the in-game team contesting us on our stage. Guys, I mean, this has all led up to this, 4 or 5 weeks of competition. We've had a bit of a break, so I know everyone is chomping at the bit to get into the game. But you're going to have to wait just one more moment, because over the last 5 weeks, we have been predicting which team we think is going to come out on top. And I'm going to challenge you right now, chat. Who do you think is going to come away in first place? I went with Mira and Booga. They went back-to-back wins between Chapter 2 and Chapter 3, and getting a 3rd place as their worst performance, clearly a top team.
It definitely is. I like that a lot. I think Kanata Ages are going to be in the business this time. Vivid mentioned it. Kanata is searching for that W. I actually have that W. Here it is in the pocket right now. It's kind of nice. Jacob, you agree with that, right?
No, I do agree. Sharing is caring. So let's break that W up. Let's give one side of that L to each one of our competitors here on screen, because I think we're going to pull away that big W today.
That hurts. I'm not going to lie. Actually, you hold that L, my friend. I'm going with Spade and Chimp here. Forget all the noise here. They have an uncontested draw spot. Everyone around them is battling one another. It should work very well for them today.
I'm going to throw this L far away. I'm picking Booga and Mira, or probably the most decorated duo on the region. They have FNCS win after FNCS win. I'm surprised that more people aren't talking about this duo, because they're the best. Why are we not talking about them more? Because they're just so good, and I'm excited to see how they do today.
The fact that their worst performance in the last year is 3rd place just showcases how good of a duo they are. But Vivid, you got to talk about your pick.
Yeah, I mean, speaking about L's, I'm going to talk about a team that just doesn't take them. It's going to be Cold and 7Z. Listen, 7Z has made 9 FNCS finals since coming over to the region, and 5 of his finishes have been 2nd place. I mean, he is just phenomenal. And then not to mention the other 4, they were top 10 as well. So he's also searching for the win here alongside Kanata. So I think it's going to be a head-to-head battle between Kanata Agers and 7Z and Cold.
We have just a quick moment before we hop into game number 1. And Shai, I got to ask you, we're seeing 15 teams jumping into the competition that have not really seen those storm surge changes on this level. How is that going to be affecting these teams?
Just action, I feel like, for all the teams that are experienced, will have a chance to really dive in, get all that damage down. For those 15 rocking through, we might see something completely new, Monster. That might just change up everything.
Yeah, hopefully the games are almost here.
Everyone, it is time. I know you guys want to get into game number 1. So let's do just that. This is the FNCS Chapter 3 Season 3 Finals, and this is Game 1.
Game 1.
Here we have it. Monster D-Face, Shia Wazer on the mic. NA East Finals, the moment we've been waiting for.
It's going to be absolutely fantastic. So many players, so many stories from qualifiers to semifinals, all the way up to the finals. Now, Monster, 2 days and some great games.
Yeah, definitely. And the contested map is going to come to life right now. We've seen small glimpses of what might happen. No one is going to be safe just yet. My biggest worry right now is for Pamstone and Fats. They have this fresh team, Walker Shadow, up top, potentially battling them.
At the same time, it's not their fans chasing them now. They'll have that plan B and C ready to go. The blueprint's not exposed, going to be huge for the rest of the players on the map. It feels like it's balanced on all these POIs. That seesaw not tilting towards either side. This Game 1 Monster is going to be super fresh.
It's important. Let's see where Booga and Miro can take their legacy. Will it continue? Can they continue their reign, their dominance? We talked about an average of 3rd and above in the last year. That is something never before seen, at least for the NA East region. We've seen a lot from EU, but NA East, they're the first to do it.
Yeah, big stats, lots of flavor in the region too. We saw water zones, we saw so many things. So let's take it home, Monster. Game number 1.
Let's jump on that battle bus. Here we go, off to the world. The story begins this weekend. It's going to be a fun one. You can expect nothing but the best here. It's NA East, and my gosh, I can't wait to see who is going to take that first battle. Let's also look at Greasy Grove. Let's really think about some of these contested areas. OMG Me Too showed you they have never had an overcoming issue like they have right now. You have Fable Taco off the side. You have Threats and Macwood landing down there as well. It's going to be tough. Here's a fight that also was in the early weeks.
Yeah, this is one of the hottest fights on the map. Every single time you see Tahi and Bank land in, skills and users right there, ready to go. It'll be 50-50 for all 12 games. It seems like it is already popping off right now. Users deleted by Bank. I'm not even sure where Skittles went, but my man didn't even hit the ground. These guys are already gone.
We saw it in week 1. We saw it in week 2. Week 3. Now we bring that same story to the finals. They'll continue to farm them.
A few stats on that team will come soon. Nevify and Chris are not stopping either. All the way over at the steps. Nevify is just doing a huge and good job on keeping up the pressure. These guys also looking mighty fine and alive. It's all about the TK now, the aggression, the fire for this duo. Nice for the moment, but it might just be Little Blaze in just a second. A whiff shot that might just be it for TK to live, but no ammo, no chance. He's gone.
TK, Ritual, Fall, Chris, Nevify come out on top. Those are 2 of the newer teams going head-to-head. Stars that are just starting to really break out their legacy here.
And these are all the super snap fights going across the whole map. 5 duels already. That's like, what, 10 teams basically contested overall. They're going to be going down. Knife for D-Roller. This is the other side of the pie for the moment. They're going to be walking in uncontested. They get to be calm, cool, collected. 3 Cs you love to see. And they'll be able to just rock it out all the way at the jam. Kanata, Agers, we talked about stats of different POIs. Logjam, we just left. That one has a lot of the average placement. The leader of it in the lobby for the amount of victory royales that come in from this Fortnite map, where Kanata and Agers are dropping right now, Greasy pumps out the most. If that's what they're going to use to win NA East, it's going to be huge because Kanata wants his first final championship.
That's right. And not only that, he's almost a shoot-in every single time to get a win in a final setting. But not only that, they have had such a story this entire year. But let's hop on over to some action here. Magnolia Gold, no strangers to FNCS final stages. But Cam, hey, my friend, you've only been here a few times. And hey, he's putting up some numbers. A great change here. Trade between the 2. Magnolia will be able to get the save, so they'll be able to bounce back. Where's Cam's teammate?
I don't know, but that's huge from Cam. He's going to be able to buy about 10 seconds, maybe just even up the fight in terms of distance and time. Narwhal going to be coming in ASAP. Might have an advantage, but it will be a 2v1. Peterbot, Byla already rocking through. We thought they'd be contested. The inkling of that is slightly there, but not really. They're looking like they have a free POI. That'll be huge. They took the whole competition last time, Monster. I was by like game number 9. They made such a huge lead. I thought it was over. People came back, but they rocked it out.
Not only that, they finished in a strong fashion, multiple wins coming out of nowhere, jumping back in saying, hey, put us in the conversation. There's a reason we took that last FNCS championship home. But hold up, Dubs and Rokane, problem on the horizon. Rokane loses all his HP down low. He's going to have to step into Glaze. These are players that play exceptionally well on defense.
Every time I see this fight break out, any single one from Dubs and Rokane, if Rokane eats that first shot, it's tough for Dubs and him to be able to find a footing, to be able to find stride and momentum inside the fight. They're looking very composed right now, though, still speaking side by side. That's the biggest thing. If they run into a player, if they run into Glace's POV, that's 2 shots, 2 bullets coming at him. every single moment, double the damage.
Let's not forget, Dubs has played for years with Mega along his side. It's been such a long time we've seen him really branch out and try something new.
It's going to be huge. The thing is, playing the safe strat with that unfamiliarity, it looks like with this duel right now, with not being in control of the fight, they are giving Elite Inglés time to move around downstairs. They don't have that much of a say in where the builds are going overall, and that's because they don't really have any. Rokane, 2 mats total. Glace, although he gets the chance to refarm when he's playing defense, also only has 4. Elite has 1. They have to go for an all-in situation. It's all leading up to this big shot now.
Damage is good. The action is even better for them. They're going to need it for later, but you have to finish this fight. In the distance, I'm already seeing teams starting to focus, look on in. What's going on over here? The longer the battle goes on, the less likely they'll be successful. There it is. Shots come in.
Yeah, more and more teams leaving their POIs right now. The state of Fortnite with Surge. If you're not dealing damage almost every 30 seconds in this game, you're going to get dealt damage by Surge. That's the entire purpose of mid-game. Just basically, after landing on your POIs, Rokane and Dubs now are still taking more damage. There's just 2 green arrows on that mini-map you can see on the bottom left and top right. You can see the shots coming in too. There's a 200-meter pinch on this fight. It now has an accelerated timer. The clock is running out. These duos have to start to clash, or it just might be too late.
They're not safe from either side, so the pressure is on here as things start to settle down. Don't forget to follow the FN Competitive Instagram at FN Competitive. That's a new one there to keep you guys up to date with all the action. Moments like this, bigger fights to unfold, and of course the wins, so you can stay always in the know of what's going on. For Glace and Elite right now, they have a problem. I'm looking at the loadout. It's very, very pretty much starting to dwindle out here, right? We talked about a gas tank. Use that analogy. They're low on fuel.
Kind of in the business of trying to find better things, but unfortunately up top, Dubs, Rokane do not want to let them go. For this fight to really end, Dubs and Rokane have to really take a risk and drop down. It's huge to grab that ammunition for Glace as well, so we'll try to do just that. Have a few more shotgun shots to use too. It's N-Pen all the way in the distance looking for shots. Casker on the Marrow. Don't have to be worried right now. They have this shield keg and an extra one from Bugha too. They want to actually let other people shoot them, bait their bodies out. Yes, Bugha gets hit, but it gives Miro an opportunity to really tap back over at Casker. Casker's doing a really good job though of staying up and ahead of all this damage. Once again, shot on the Bugha. There's going to be trading damage like this. It's skill on both sides. Bugha has to try to hit a pixel that's moving slightly, jittering all around. He has the aim, but Casker's playing this in a very nice fashion.
We've seen that strategy in semifinals day 3 when Panther and Fast are doing that as well. The chug berry, throw that down. You can sit there and exchange those shots. It's a very smart play. Utilizing, understanding the game at the high levels. Although we haven't seen them compete because they just punch their way straight to finals out of week 1. But Rokane does. We get back to that story. It finishes up. Finally, they close out the battle. They absolutely needed that siphon as well. I like that they're dancing, but let's think about the problem they have now. They got to bounce back into the game. They need mats.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think they're going to have enough time to be able to farm every rock around the POI. Jamper and Iamzo also running down the clock, and harpooning Clarity G close by. Yeah, they had a free drop, but it's looking like this entire fight has too huge of a cost. Jamper not stopping. On the right side, Slacks just tries to breeze towards exactly what's going on, and he gets absolutely shut up. Jamper and Iamzo is looking too good right now, and they have control of this fight entirely. Whoever wins this one, too, has such a pedestal to work with over at Rave Cave. There are a few teams taking over mountains on all sides, so I'm not even sure if this fight is worth it. Clarity G, though, will have to go for both that reboot card and the rest of his game. There's a huge speed bump now in this man's way.
Slacks and Clarity G may have been able to win games in the semifinals, but it's going to take so much more when you start to pin up against the elite that have made it to the last stage here. Iamzo and Jumper are the kings of course, the Rave Cave. They have that high ground position on everyone else. Paper and Lawrence on the other side, playing this desert area. We saw them looking inwards. Those are great tags right there.
I just like the way Lawrence is able to push Paper wherever he needs to go. And yeah, Paper does not miss. Guaranteed 1 for 3 at least on the bursts every single time he goes for shots, and that's another 2 for 3. This is just nuts.
You say
from Paper.
I'm just counting headshots.
Oh, you're counting headshots.
I'm counting headshots. Every time he let it rip, he hit a big shot right there. Those are some numbers that you want. Look at this. This is very interesting. Day and Cease. Their struggle in the weeks was they were highly contested at the Rave Cave. For the first time today, they actually have the entire opening to themselves. Look at how much more loot they come out of the Rave Cave with. But here's the problem. There's not a soul in sight.
Yeah, right now they kind of have that center zone. No one's really going to be moving around from this side. They'll be skirting from the edges, going to different mountains. Of course, I can see a lot of builds placed down already, so they have abused a few teams around them. And there's one all the way on the other side of that mountain. It's Avery and Commandment. Both of them just soaking up so much pressure. Neither can really get much damage. Acorn and Edgy I think these guys are just the water duo when it comes to this entire lobby. They can adapt to anything, take any shape and form. One of the only teams to win overall after getting a reboot out as well. It's going to be huge to watch them to see exactly what they can do today.
Well, let's hope they're not in a tight container, because we know when water freezes, things explode. They have to stay and maintain consistency here today. I like that they move away from the potential contestation of Jack, right, who's on the western side, the eastern side of Tilted Towers here. So they're actually getting away from those power teams into stronger positions on the new side of the zone.
I like that you mentioned positions as the game slows down. Seeing where everyone's actually based up and where the zone's going is going to be very important. If you don't have it, you're going to have to leave these bases. Even if you're safe and secure, you're healing up. Your game is not done yet. Pledge and Degen, one of the max pulls to go with. These guys, they feel like one of the best fighters in the lobby. Pledge is so good at working layers, jumping up and down, being really present in that end game. Getting there, though, has been their struggle. I want to make sure these guys are up and alive and looking good, healthy as they move into that fifth zone.
It's going to be tough for them. 72 builds there on the single leader of Pledge. Meanwhile, Commandment Avery looking much better here. Max, Cap material, looking around now. You know, this is where players, they start to hope, hey, trade shots me, look out, peek, what's up? You need tags? I need tags. Let's see if I can do some damage here. That's what they're hoping for right now. And you'll notice more often than not, like Avery here, he's staying at the 50 shield mark because they would rather use minis earlier. There's a higher likelihood they can find some in the vending machines versus the big pot. So this early games, these are very methodical situations. They're not just sitting on lower HP for no reason. They have a game plan.
Yep. Want to make sure that damage comes out first. The shields really rock in as insurance after the fact. Absolutely. For the format as well, every single team's looking to get towards around 26th place, and that's really not up for grabs just yet. Going to be on the horizon and the minds for everyone right now. We'll see how many teams are alive in just a moment. Doesn't play a fight, though. They're going to be rocking.
Can I just talk about something I'm a little bit afraid of right now?
Yeah.
Remember when the Storm Surge first changed? The teams that adapted so quickly. They were dropping grapple gloves to pick up more heals. We're seeing kind of things go in reverse motion. A lot of teams are holding grapple gloves. I'm kind of afraid they won't be able to sustain themselves.
Yeah, they need that backhand in terms of, or just kind of the backpack of storage of heals. Or, you know, it's just too risky to play for just that rotation and the ending. You have to be moving around a lot as well. The zone's really pushing a lot of teams from the north side. Way to the south. Fatch, huge damage. We've tuned in with a lot of top teams. I'm missing Clicks and Duke, and I'm also missing Mini Miners. Let me combine that package and throw it to a package with him.
Thank you, Shire. Now, we're seeing a horrible zone for Clicks and Duke. We see a west zone. That's horrible. How do they remedy that? They rotate early. They rotate a minute earlier than they usually would when that zone starts to pull. So even before the zone even starts to close, they're rotating. This allows them to get in a nice early position just outside of Rocky Reels, building this base in a beautiful fashion. And, of course, they can profit from that by getting a lot of tags in on teams inside of Rocky Reels. Really, really great strategy from these guys, and that counters that awkward zone for them.
It's absolutely great. I mean, this is the one thing they're learning from experience. Beautiful to point out for many. This is the issue as to why they didn't qualify so early, why they just had struggles all throughout some of these weeks and all throughout previous seasons as well. New teams coming in, them messing up at the Joneses. If they switch it up at Rocky Reels, we saw how tough that fight got for Dubs and Rocane. We saw how constricting it was. That's because Clicks and Duke, they're playing the sand, they're playing this entire zone. Kind of dug out, though, now. Everyone has to move towards Greasy Grove. We're moving away from the dry lands. It's going to be tough just moving past this bridge. Polarized, Quanti, they're in the business. We barely got to see these guys play Monster. They qualified so early, and they were so good overall, holding high ground so many games over and over in a row. Polarized DMing me after. Why don't you guys predict us? Look at how clean we played. You guys were literally squeaky clean, mopping the floors type clean. I'm excited for them today.
I'm going to take it the other way. Not clean, dirty. They have a deep trench built. They're comfortable. They're hunkered down, and they have themselves a strong position. We'll see what they can continue to do there. Here's a team that's way below the surge right now, Playify and Muzz. Early in the weeks, they were contested on the outer edges. They switch up their drop spot. They give that away to the newer teams who are contesting one another, now having a little bit more freedom. But the problem here, you know, they were literally living off those tags before.
That's the thing. This is a team that I think is one of the best in this region at dueling. When it's 2v2, they're really good. When it's these types of situations, sometimes they can be overwhelmed. Other duelers and honestly, awesome controllers, Booga Miro, have no issues going past games and playing every single aspect of Fortnite absolutely amazingly. Booga down, Miro in trouble, they're above surge. It looks like this awkward rotation all the way towards Greasy. There's been a few mistakes that happened.
Yeah, but you know what? Miro has been known to put up some really big solo clutches. The fact that they've had some fights shows that they probably got enough tags. Let's get back to that good fighting team. Playify, Muzz away with a nice win there. When the dogs put in the corner, they fight back. They've done enough, at least for now.
The bite matches the bark. They go for that 2v2 duel. But look at the cost of playing comfortably. Right now, they're way deep into the zone. It's only the second, so it won't do too much damage. Getting in, though, every other team's going to be looking at him to see what's up. Kanata, Azers, maximum comfortability. When it comes to Kanata, this man is oozing confidence, but I don't think enough people talk about Azers. The amount of support this man brings, the resilience, and the amount of weight he carries on his own. Kanata never has to worry. That's a huge thing, and he's so good at listening to the IGL. And Kanata also just picked up a lot of new tips overall from going overseas, playing with Janice, right? He knows the entire EU style as well. I want to see how everything changes. The patience already looking so good. Fabled Taco down up top. A perfect time to just strike from Kanata. Him and Aegis should just make quick work of shooting.
Looks good, and Kanata, like you said, coming from EU, being able to play the DreamHack Sweden alongside one of the world's best, Kaysen. He surely has picked up some new tips and tricks, but also Agers. He's got that new player signing buff, right? On Team CLG, you know, that's going to be momentum up in the up there. So we'll see how it looks for him. But let's get back on over to our champions. Phyla, Peterbot currently in the business right now. Kind of in a risky situation. A minute to move to new zone. They have to start using the rotates and mini shields and all that is really starting to cut down now.
It's going to be tough, and all it is getting past this moment for Phyla and Peterbot. The more teams that are close by, the more pressure they can really keep within a 3x3 area of their box, the better they really play. Nice swing from Phyla, too. Denying a little bit of damage with quick feet. Chip and Spade, though. I mean, these guys are on your sights, Monster, but I don't see half of them. Spade's down.
Looking rough right now. Seems like the rotates did not go his way. Spade out of the game here. Not a single elimination either. So points, nil. He'll have to earn a little bit more. I gave Miro a lot of credit for doing solo clutches. Chip, however, we usually see him do much better when he's in that end game. Not necessarily traveling and making it there by himself. So got a lot to prove. Let's see how much he's been able to improve in finals style setting lobbies. More heavy materials down to wood. He has to fight back. Great tags there. But is it enough? Almost capitalizes, but this is it. The clock's ticking, and finally he goes down.
Chomp down, and you can see how close everyone is right now. This is a very unique situation that doesn't happen too often. A squeeze zone, basically when the second zone comes in, and then the third is right in the middle of it as well. Not enough people have room to kind of rotate, find dead sides, or play their own game. Everyone ends up squeezing more together, moving slower and slower into the zone. As a result, we have so many box fights all around the edges of the map. Everyone is also evenly spaced out. Jack picking one up, and Miro actually taking down Costa. You talked about the clutch monster. Right now he's squeezing that out as well.
Man, scary. He's a scary one. Let's just watch it back. You thought we were lying? Well, take a look at this. You walk into the box, and you're going to get punished, and the control for Miro is so clean.
It's nice. When a squeeze like this happens, you have room with box fights. When you're solo, it's really good. A situation overall. Miro's going to be able to have his own 1v2s, his own 1v1s. He doesn't have to fight, you know, just absolute waves of teams. He can stay focused, play his game very calm.
And Miro has led all players in elims. 3 of the last 5 FNCS finals. That's a crazy accolade. Right now, the trouble for Miro is going to be that he doesn't have too much material. Yes, he caught the elimination onto Costa, who needed a Storm Surge battle for himself, but there wasn't much resource picked up from that. Now, on over to Chucky, another solo. This seems to be the story of Game 1 currently. So many teams fragmented right now.
The squeeze is just tough to kind of move by when you don't have that much space. That being said, Chucky down below, I think they're going to be matched with Acorn and Edgy as he's trying to rotate. They moved ahead slightly. And they keep going. His loadout's so nice. I just wish he had a teammate as well. That's Mewtwo and Shonye. Shonye, one of the best players at capitalizing anytime he sees a body part not be covered by a build. This man is so good at dealing damage. Chucky, matter of time before he goes down. He needs to survive about 3 to 6 teams still to be able to get a lot of placement points. He's going to be low on Surge, though, and he has literally a mountain of players to climb over with a sizable amount of builds for the moment. This is going to be tough, though. If he does live, I'll be very impressed.
Let's see if he can get some shield here. It's going to be off the backs of a Siphon. He's looking back, hoping, is there someone late rotating? No, my friend, it's only you. You're the last player to get to the zone. The lobby's starting to realize that, and I think reality's setting in here. It's looking extremely dismal for Chucky, but he's holding it down. He's still extremely hopeful. But ultimately, he might just be served up to Avery, who's waiting just nearby. On the other side, Trash and Rise, eyeing up their options here. They don't need a fight necessarily. If Clix and Duke, however, need to battle, it's a team that's very comfortable.
Rise really good at playing that defense, though. Tail pump. Gonna be tough for them overall and towards that top right side. Still a lot of room, though, to be able to get pumped back up, but Death and Tabney use that room to get in. Very close. Pick up the body. Now Tail's left by himself. Just an inkling of HP, no shields, no chance. Want to get the 5 for me real quick, Monster?
Hey, listen now. I might sound a little crazy, but OMGB2 is finding a few elims in the feed there. They have a problem at their draw spot, but they can get over that. I can see them doing pretty well. That's like a dark horse. I know we don't normally put OMGB2 in the conversation, but he has been in many finals. So stone it out there. Want to plant that seed right now because I see him popping off. Meanwhile, Kanata and Andrews though.
I mean, marketability-wise, they're looking pretty good. Outside in, towards that half and half. This is exactly where they want to be. Just close enough to watch what other people are doing and then reacting off of it. Aaron and Naves, really good spot overall. Peterbot, he has a high ground position for the moment. It's way kind of towards the center of this zone overall. He can just pick apart so many people with Viola by his side, so it's going to be genius to see how much damage they have before things starts to roll. 20 people low for Naves and Aaron. This is just so heartbreaking. They need to land just one shot, but armored walls going up. They can't edit those walls. Those are huge. They're just declining windows to be able to deal that damage. And now they're forced to use all of their heals. One burst shot needs to land. tabsG is not allowing it. Naves is doing whatever he can do. He's also now just absolutely running dry on heals and HP. Nosh picking up Avery. C9 on C9 damage. Unfortunate right there, but for these guys being center zone on half, no one's going to be moving around them. This is a cursed blessing in disguise.
This is a punch to the stomach for Naves and Aaron right now. They're trying to get their wind back into the lungs here. It is so unfortunate when you pull the zone like this and then you are so far below the surge that you cannot fight your way back out. Look at how much damage it has done to them. It's done enough to take out his teammate, but also exhaust them of all their heals that they actually had coming into the game. Now he's by himself. Meanwhile, on height, Jeffrey Yamza wastes no time to control things here. They're starting to build out. Kanata and Adrian, though, that's a team that can look for height. That's a team that's willing to actually fight for it. There's not many on NA East. We haven't even got to that level yet.
Check it out. There's a few more, too. We got Nosh all the way up top with Jack, and also have Commandment and I think it might just be solo Commandment right below him. See exactly what he can do next. Jeffrey Yams will give it up. They're saying the heat is too hot.
Too far.
Up top. Yeah, and they see exactly where the next zone is. One of the only teams to just give up height, go straight to where they need to be. This is genius. Not even using a single material to rock the entire way by. They use old builds. Huge for Jeffrey and Yams, though. They don't have the win in their minds and their sights. They have the whole championship. They're playing that they're actually just winning this FNCS.
And they were low on mats, though, so they have to play that low ground. They're very limited options. Meanwhile, Miro below the surge, but putting up a good fight here. Still in this endgame. Look at how many teams he was able to out-survive. These are placement points. He has jumped up to 12 points on his own here. He can look for another one. That's 2 for the finish. There it is. And can more teams fall now? Because as they do, he will continue to earn. Grapple gloves are going to get him way across here, but he has to build. He has to protect himself. He's going to need to pause here so he can get those minis going. He is. There it is. He's still alive right now. In the money, in the business. Peterbot also solo here, but looking much better.
Look at a few more transactions. He is looking nice for the moment.
No way.
Elims
No way.
Clicks goes down. Finding solos like this way back in the storm is huge. They don't get knocked. They get fully Elim super fast. He's going to be able to play with time. One grapple left, though. It doesn't allow him to lunge over the builds. Medmiss will be able to give him time to get way back into the zone. Castanrico down on low, looking good, too. Jack and Nosh sky high. They're dreaming in the clouds. There's more than 9 people that can pick up 2. Nosh is going to be looking good with the spray for now. Has lots of light bullets as well. Adrian Kanata challenging them. They're going to be like a torch stopper, making sure they don't see any other teams. They're really putting down that pressure. Acorn and Edgy also alive on low ground.
It's only a matter of time. High ground have no more mats. Low ground starting to run low too. Acorn and Edgy are on desperate territory here. Meanwhile, Knut and Idris have enough to maintain here, and the timing couldn't have been better. And now, let's jump into Nosh and Jack here. They jump down. They look for the fight. They find one, weaken them. Jumper goes down. Nosh takes a shot from behind. Jack gets the full finish. He wants those points. That's what's important right now. But the fight rages on. He manages to continue to stay alive somehow. One shot is all it's going to take. The zone is not going to give him enough. Cease wins that one in the end.
Just top loss in that low ground labyrinth. The Armzo tries to find the answer to the maze. It's not going to be possible. Trash it with another puzzle. What do you do without any mats? Let's go for a few shots. Not an Agers. They're controlling things. Gods from the sky. No one can stop him. Rise, though, picking up Acorn. Huge for him. He needs to go for any healing possible. Breaks open that door. Knock, knock. Who's there? Don't care. Didn't ask. It's what the low ground says. Gold is just rocking everything by, and Rise gets his door opened. Someone just comes crashing straight through. It's Commandment looking good. Up top, though, up against Agers, up against these 2 players that won't go down. Nothing can stop them. It's impossible.
Agers and Kanata, the shoe-in to constantly take
TikTok
wins in
doing
final
it.
settings, have
YouTube doing
everything
it.
going in their favor
Twitch
now as they
started
have
it.
the high ground, they have the material count, and they're putting that pressure down low, but Kanata is going to be the first to get punished here. Nico
That's-
now looks for the
you
side
know what that
angle,
can
but he
mean
doesn't
for
quite
me,
find
though?
it. Casker here, continue the low ground peaks, and they're playing as well. They have new angles on each
We
other,
should
but
definitely
ultimately it's
check.
going to come down to, can they hit these final shots?
Can they even climb this mountain? It's going to be tough for them to go all the way through.
Gets
Have
up.
to build, have to deny, have to block with the attack from the top side. It's just too hot to handle. Nico trying to find his footing.
That's
not
He
good.
slides down the
Shit.
dual split up. Casker goes down as a result, burnt by the storm. Now Kanata's shots will be hot fire too. Lava rains down. Both these players just blocking everything.
No way.
Nico gets one knock, but
Oh,
Agers,
God.
he's there. Rely on him for that game 1 win.
Agers, Kanata, 7 eliminations and a big W to kick things off. The momentum is in the sails and they're off to the sea.
It's not just them. I'm happy. I am hyped. This is looking so good for every team on NA East.
I'm
Super
happy,
comfortable.
I'm hyped.
For Kanata Agers, though, making it look easy. That was just fun to watch.
So many teams pop up and put up the numbers here, but Agers and Kanata in the end, the high ground opportunity that they do not let slip away from their fingertips. They play it excellent, they play it well, and in the end, they get that victory
But I
out.
can
Take a look
just
at
show
how
you
Agers
something,
just
bro.
clean with it, although no
Look
Bills
how much
didn't
of a
panic.
delay
They
I
take game
have.
1.
Yeah, it's kind of new form
What?
for this duo as well. Usually they like to get control first,
0.0000
they're allowing other players to get up, make a few mistakes,
Watch
then
this shit.
Kanata's calling
Watch
the
this
shots
shit.
to go straight up. Agers also landing everything perfectly, Monster.
What
This is looking
the
good. It's just game
fuck?
1.
That he did. He played it very, very well. And what a
perfect
way.
missing.
The veterans kick it off, and they give us so much momentum to work with. Let's send it on over to Kelly and the analysts.
Thank you so much, Monster and Shio. And what a great game 1 right there. Obviously, Kanata and Agers had such a good performance over the last few weeks, and they are continuing that on today.
There's the statement, right? I mean, well, the statement came throughout the season when they were playing dominant in the Cash Cups, but that's like the signature at the bottom of the paper right there. First game of the FNCS Finals, they take it home.
Yeah, and if you're feeling that feeling of deja vu, yes, in the qualification process, they started that day off as well. Back-to-back big game wins. They're ready to cement their legacy because we talked about it. Kanata has yet to win an FNCS, even though he participated in every single one.
But look at this. I mean, the high ground take doesn't even come out until the 7th zone, right? Applying that pressure, being so wise with it as well. I mean, when he went for it as well, 60 builds up. I mean, that's like unheard of with this new Storm Surge. A lot of these teams are having trouble finding those materials in the end game, but Kanata and Agers played it so well. A refresh throughout that mid game allows them ultimately to make this high ground play and get that.
Up on top, 46 points, 8 points ahead of second place. And then, of course, second all the way down to ninth place. Pretty much
I'm sure the YouTube's not muted right now. It's kind of difficult, but I'll figure it out though. What's up, Priscilla? There you go, Priscilla. Now you have it. Now you have it. Create a code. Are you viral? Or it's Clint Joe. Hello, L. There you go. I can't hear you anymore. Oh. I just asked you want some soda.
And what we saw in the early game is that it looks like dot spots are already starting to change.
Everything got first turned upside down. Take everything you know, kind of throw it right out the window. Yanni Aviv contesting the play, because that's why you saw Megan did it because it happened so quick. Sent it and Cole went out very, very early. Tahi and Bake even taking part, making sure that they did go down. So when you see a solo, you know as well as I do, you do everything in your power to get them out of the lock.
And not to mention, we also saw Blaze and Elite. They were expected to land over a success because Peter Botfila, but no, they actually went over and contested Delta and Rogaine. And that play lasted a long time, and no team really benefited from that.
Well, I love that you pointed that out. We're going to look at Peterbot and Vila real quick. Of course, being the reigning champs, all eyes are on them. Can they do it again?
I mean, honestly, yes. I was a little bit worried about.
Honestly, yes. For a second there, I thought the pixelation was on 10 frames per second maximum. I'm pretty sure YouTube can hear me as well. No,
And you can hear me perfectly, right?
I can hear you perfectly. I hope I didn't unmute, and then mute, but unmuted, and think I muted, but I unmuted. I don't know. But anyways, no, I'm talking about my YouTube headphone headset.
The Emperor needs to make some tags now. They're 38 below. 29 below. Real. Come on, they just need to get one fill up and then they're good to go. Oh, they got one. They got one. They're good. They're way good. Oh, beautiful. Just know that some people play on controllers. It's beautiful.
Some people don't. Some people are amazing on controller. It's like my thumb was born dumb. I have a dumb thumb. But they call it claw. You probably gonna have like arthritis on the age of like 18. But you play with two fingers on the analog. I don't know how they do it.
They're playing scuff, bro. So that they can have the 4 bonus triggers.
Yeah, but they're still playing claw. Have you seen that shit, bro? All these guys, they're like crazy good at claw. I don't know. My IQ is way too low for that.
Dear God, their shoots are so blue.
Continue with the metal.
52 players. Storm circle 4. Okay, 98 above. He has time. Get some tags. Get some extra times. Get some 200. I like that play, bro. I like that play. Oh, beautiful. Look top position, bro. Oh. Get some more walls up. You need to see. All those shields. Oh. That was risky. There we go, 275 above. That's problem.
Oh shit. Apologies, YouTube. I totally muted my YouTube. But that's okay though. My YouTube is kinda dead. I think it's because I'm stealing the shit straight off the channel. Probably.
I don't think you should be saying that.
LOL. I won't give a fuck. It doesn't say. There's no saying I can't stream that. Nowhere. Oh shit.
Oh! That was like. Gone. Gone.
Look at all that balls, bro. Look at all that building.
They finally started building like Europe, bro. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it was nothing like the quarter or the semi. Like the semis was like a cash cup.
Yeah, like, yo, NA East, I was like, there was so much space.
Do you have drip enabled? Are you viral?
What
Is the
drip?
drops on Fortnite?
Are you streaming Twitch?
Yeah.
Drops are enabled. but
Okay,
I'm
then
not
it
sure
is enabled. If it's open, it's enabled. My drops are on, yes. But I know they added a delay or something with it. That's why I didn't put it in the name. But yeah. Thank you so much for the follow though, and thank you so much for commenting. Appreciate you being here.
Yeah, I also appreciate you, bro.
If you all use a creator code, it's Clint Yo. Exactly like you say it. It's Clint Yo.
Okay, when I look at my cam, is it fine there?
No, it's okay. No, are you?
And if I look straight, is it weird?
What?
I don't know, it feels weird.
I can't find video thing. Go in, change your server to NA East. Change your server to NA East. I checked Europe was all effed up and Middle East. But
Yeah,
when I
NA East
changed
is
my
good.
servers to NA East, I could see it. But if you can't see it, I don't know. You have to be like on console. I don't think mobile or Nintendo does it. Yeah, it's on NA East. Yes. But if you have mobile on Nintendo, it won't show. It won't show.
There you go. That should be a proper display. It seems like everything's intact now.
He said drops were on. Oh. No, my drops are on. My drops are on.
Yeah, I'm just not sure if
Yes, it's like
Fortnite
Legends
is
landing,
actually.
bro. Yes.
Wait.
Just
There's
go
a
check
catch.
quickly. Just go check for me quickly. My brother just gonna go check if Fortnite opened it because they told us about the delay. But the FNCS that you'll definitely get the back bling. That thing I have on my back with my remote. Let me just stand up. If you mean like that thing, yeah, you're gonna get that definitely.
I claimed your Rocket League for you. I need to actually start downloading that thing. No, Fortnite has not announced any FNCS.
Didn't they say if you watch the finals, you're gonna get the back bling as well?
I think they want you to watch in Legends Landing for now, perhaps tomorrow.
I think you have to watch in Legend Landings for the FNCS.
You have to actually go into
Yeah,
the lobby and
Twitch,
watch
the
it
Twitch one.
publicly.
Yeah, you're gonna have to watch it publicly in a lobby, bro, if you want the FNCS back bling.
Let me just quickly check the actual drop. Hold on.
But there is a drop. He said there is the drop. It's just checking the drop real quick.
Game account connected. I'm not seeing
On my
any
mobile.
updates
Oh.
on Champions Honor. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'll quickly check on FNCS's website.
Okay. Apologies, bro. If you're on mobile, I don't know why they don't broadcast it to that, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
Nintendo as well.
Yeah, my one guy's on Nintendo, the other guy's on mobile. Yes, yes, bro. Yeah, you have to be on Fortnite in Legends Landing. That's that's actually a little BS. That's not like a normal Twitch drop, you know. But there is coming Twitch drops. That it's just on a delay. It was supposed to drop with the EU tournament, but there's no problem. Thank you so much for following and being here. I really do appreciate you.
They're just talking about like 24th June, 24th June. No update on FNCS on the Fortnite.
Oh, you still
website.
have? Man. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. We need more people like him in the world. Everybody go follow him. Flaming. Y'all smash his name.
I'm quickly accessing FNCS themselves. Let's see what they say.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you. I can be at the place just to there. I'm pretty sure maybe if you just in Legends Landing, it will work. But I don't know. I can't say that. I can't make any promises because I don't know. Um, I can check for you. I can go on my mobile and watch. But I saw there was nothing on it, so I didn't even stay in. Oh shit. I forget about YouTube sometimes. Yo, I'm sorry, YouTube. Y'all a little bit further away. Y'all not muted, are you? No, you're good, okay. These games are on fire. EU was terrible. It wasn't even fun. It was lagging. It didn't work.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And this is beautiful. I love this shit.
Just look at it.
Now look at the little dog Vader. You are not my father. Get out of here.
Cynthia, what was I was supposed to do?
Yo, dude, Dan, please, bro. Why? If I stand up, he knows he's annoying me. Then he's gonna follow me. Okay, he win. I know this. I know this because I know them. So I really do appreciate everybody being in here tonight. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much for the likes. Thank you so much for the follows. We're gonna have a long night tonight. We're gonna grow tonight. We're gonna affiliate tonight. On YouTube, we went over 1.2k. I'm really proud of that. On Facebook, we went over 241k. I'm really proud of that. And on Twitch, I mean, I'm pretty sure I just went over 50. So that's affiliation, bro. That's affiliation. That's start. That's the game number one. So if you're in the stream and you do like the content and you do love Fortnite, because I do play this game all the time, do hit the follow button. And up there, y'all hit the subscribe button. Apparently, are you? What's up, bro? What's up, bro? If you could put in words what you mean with crowns, I would put it in words for you. He means this mother F's are a king. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
Hey, dude, watch some footage.
You muted
Sometimes you talk too much, dude. Fucking watch the game. Oh my god, what's going on here?
What do you mean, bro?
Look at the gameplay, bro.
You can just mute me, you know. You know you can mute me, right?
I don't want to mute you. I don't want to mute you. You see what I see, don't you?
I don't tell you that you talk too much when you talk to young people, it's like, and you always talk too much, you know, like, and I'm being polite.
Oh! Oh!
Yo, I did not
Whoa!
expect that. I did not expect that. I thought he was dead, bro. Cause he was from the bottom. That guy had upper ground jump.
I mean, like, what just happened there, bro?
I'm not sure, but I liked it. Yo, can I have some? Apparently, are you with a whole lot of emojis? Or is it apparently Rue?
It's apparently, bro.
It's apparently Rue. We'll go with apparently. It's apparently are you. Are you what? I need comments in the chat right now. Right now. Your darkest secrets. I want to know your darkest secrets right now. Everybody. YouTube.
You just reached 50 followers, bro.
I just affiliate that shit.
You just reached 50 followers. Well fucking done.
And on YouTube just went over 1.2k. We're going up. Everybody, don't forget to hit that follow and show some love. Unfortunately, I can't stream on Twitch tonight because I got banned just a few seconds back. It's like the third time this week. Those people hate me. And that's cool though. So you get back in from watching. Can you read my whole comment for me?
Oh my god, no.
You can't, okay. You have to watch Legend Landing. I'm pretty sure it's between 15 to 30 minutes. I couldn't read the whole comment just now, and I can't open my phone because it's streaming as well. Yeah. Then just stay in there for like 30 minutes.
I just see a random comment on your stream. It says nuggets.
On my stream.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
Yeah.
Nuggets.
Nuggets. I have no idea what's going on there, but anyway, yeah.
Bro, I didn't even see that. I can't even see my comments. I don't know. I still don't know how that works.
I can see your comments.
And all there is nuggets. I gotta go
No,
check this out.
it was hello. I was like hi, and it's like I have 53 subs, and I was like GG's, and then somebody was just like nuggets.
Oh my god. Okay. That's fun.
Nuggets.
It is like 30 minutes for the FNC is in Legend Landing, right? I'm not wrong with that.
I'm not sure. I can Google it.
Please, let me not be wrong. I can't be wrong. I don't, that's why we have to make double sure. But I'm pretty sure it's 30 minutes. It's usually.
But Fortnite, it was so slow. It didn't even pop up a banner.
I don't know that shit right now.
Okay, let's see. That was absolutely correct around the creative code. Okay, no feeding me time frame. Let's say you can head over to watchfortnite.com and then watch straight FNCS. Quick note to take.
Does that mean anybody that has drops enabled?
It says here Twitch users can watch the FNCS to earn drops on supported channels. But this might be a little bit of an older post.
You have to ask for the finals. Legend Landing FNCS Backbling. If you wouldn't mind. Tell me more. Found anything? Huh?
It just says to drop into Legends Landing, and that's it. It doesn't even say me on.
It doesn't say time anything.
Yeah, I'll have to watch a video on it.
Okay, quick. We'll watch a video for you, bro. Just to make sure on 100% the time. But Google says you have to only drop into Legends Landing for a while. But I'll tell you the truth now. I'm just waiting on it. Sometimes information is
A little bit hidden.
yeah, a little bit hidden. It's like the Illuminati. It's all secret. Yo, don't pixelate. Y'all see that? You just listen to me.
Okay, it was 30 minutes on Twitch.
30 minutes on Twitch. You can watch the 30 minutes on Twitch, right?
Yeah, that was the previous drop, right?
That was the previous drop.
What do they say about Legends Landing?
Because I only got sprays, if I can remember it right, from Twitch drops.
I didn't talk about.
Hmm?
That one didn't actually talk about Legends Landing. This one just shows
Exactly.
Doesn't your Twitch on your phone tell you how you got it? Under your notifications.
I'll tell you. Hold on, I'll get it now, bro.
Okay.
There's always a video. Nobody's really helping with it. Hold on. What the hell?
I just dropped my soda, dude.
I heard that shit. Do you mean you like dropped your soda with soda? On the plugs, bro. Was it empty? No. Oh fuck. Somebody call 911. You're about to get an electrical explosion. I hope you have that shit on live cam.
No, I didn't.
You don't?
No.
Did we see it? Did we see it? Is it like on a fucking plugs?
No, it's on the
Only
laptop.
on the laptop. Plug it out though. Like in the middle. And then make sure it's dry as hell, bro. Because that's just asking for it to never work again. Or whatever. Does anybody know if we saw that? I just eat a glass of juice all over the plugs. It was about to be an electrical explosion, but it stopped. Are you sure you got it all, bro? Should I put the light on?
No, that's good.
You sure?
It's just yeah, you can double check. It's super fast.
Oh, it's not even that bad, bro. It sounded so much worse.
Watch the Legends Landing creative map for 30 minutes.
You muted. Say again when you're unmuted.
Watch Legends Landing for 30 minutes to get champions on.
Okay, yeah, I was right. 30 minutes, bro. 30 minutes and you get the FNC is back bling in Legends Landing on Fortnite. 3-0 minutes.
Guys, we just got some reboots going there.
Got some what?
We got some reboots going, bro. They jumped up from 48 to 53. So 53 players left Storm
They
Circle
didn't even
4.
show the people that rebooted. That makes no sense. Like, I still don't know why my YouTube's so dead, bro.
I don't know. It should just like relax.
Y'all
That's all
showing no love. Maybe we should put some
If they
music
want to
on,
watch you,
get some copyright strikes and shit.
they will watch you. If they don't want to watch you, they'll leave. If they
And
want
that's
to
the
watch you
truth.
again, they'll subscribe. If they say hello on the screen, I'll say hello back. That's it.
If you say hello on my stream, I know that you follow, so you get a thank you on both. Cause you must be a follower to comment on Twitch. That actually makes it, less harassing. There's not that much bans that has to go out. People will never know how much they hurt your feelings. Just trying to play some games and people coming in telling you all types of stuff because they hate themselves. Now I have to hate myself too. you know?
I'm gonna take a little break, bro. Guys, enjoy. It's Clintier's muttering on the other
What?
side.
Are you really just gonna leave me like that, bro?
No, I'm not gonna leave long, but I'll be back just now. I'm just gonna have a cigarette.
I would have made it a wacky tobacco.
Okay, let's make it the wacky the packy then. Are we gonna wait for Endmaster? I
I'm
promise
just
another ending, bro.
joking. I'm not smoking. Yeah, I'm real. We can wait after the match, and then there's 5 minutes before the next match, so that's more than enough time.
Storm Circle 5, bro, and there's so many people still alive. They're not even trying to center upward.
Bro, FNCS. This is for placement, placement, and everybody just finds in that last little circle. I really do like the building though. I really do try for this time. I don't know what we watched. Like, what was it? 2 weeks ago. I don't know what we watched, but we could have made that shit.
Yeah, no.
We could have made that shit on 200 ping. That was horrible. Nobody built it. If they built it, wasn't even that great. It was just so normal.
So lame, you could like literally drop your
Yeah.
building.
Exactly. There was no protection. There was no metal walling. There was no shockwaves.
Never mind that. There was no structure. They didn't build against something solid.
You never saw this at the end. You didn't. There was no buildings at the end like this. Maybe like 3 or 4 people looking at each other. It looked like a cash cup, but like not even contender cash cup. I don't know how the people got in there. I don't know. But this is Fortnite. Come, Master are shooting, but they still full ammo, huh? That's crazy, bro. Astroman, oh, I'm back. Yeah, I googled everything, and Google confirmed, bro, that you have to be in Legends Landing for 30 minutes. Then you'll get it. No, it's no problem. Thank you so much for being here. But I googled it. I watched the video also on YouTube, and they said 30 minutes Legends Landing. You get it. But you don't get it like immediately. I waited like a week, but I got it.
I waited 3.
Yeah, my brother says he waited like 3. I don't know how long I've been here. Maybe look at the time now, and then give it another 20 minutes because I think you were maybe 10 minutes you were gone. If it wasn't more, I don't know. Or maybe look at the time, give it another 20 minutes, and then you'll have it.
But it's Fortnite. Sometimes they play with times. I would suggest beat a 45 minutes, then you know you save.
9:41.
Oh,
Yeah. If you stay until make it 10:10, then you know you're perfect. You know you made it. You know you overtimed it.
Woo! 655 above. Keep that pace. Go up, go up, go.
I wish I could build like this, but I'm so fucking trash.
Woo! Oh my god!
I knew it was gonna die though. I'll wait until 10. Yeah, bro, give it another 5 minutes. That's even better.
Woo! Woo! Golden up. No, swap up, swap up. Oh, not perfect play.
Who got Sultan? What game is this now? Is it 5?
No, game 3 out of
3. Oh,
yeah,
it's so
3 out of
small.
6.
Okay, they actually have really nice points. But this Canada, bro, with the 90.
I know they're still low, bro. They're lower bracket at this point. They really need
92.
to play. They need to
95. Yo, they just killed, bro. They're gonna win. They have it, bro.
Oh, beautiful.
We know what the other team's gonna do.
They're gonna protect themselves.
They're gonna die. They have no health.
Oh, knock, knock.
The other one's also is finished. It's done. Yo, bro, if that storm touches you and you have like below 10% health, no way to survive a second. There's no way. There's just no way. This KNG, I told you Canada's gonna take them out. This is gonna be another victory for them. Watch this shit. 16-4 players. Only one duo's left, bro. Are you fucking serious? Yo, Canada, bro. Aren't you entertained? You know. I bet this guy's pretty entertaining.
Yeah, no, I would like to watch him actually play solo.
Yeah, I would actually go give him a follow, cause I mean, oh my goodness, bro, this guy
He's so relaxed, bro. Like,
I'm entertained.
he just slides through, bro, and he's constantly pushing.
If I miss any comments, y'all just have to comment again, cause there's a few screens I have to look at, and I like to look at the main Fortnite one, so I miss a lot, and I apologize for that. Look at that build, bro. That's amazing.
Canada was just on him.
That's beautiful. Okay, but while we wait for the next game, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna go get myself a new drink. You know, we're gonna have to fill the glass with some of that good stuff, and then we'll be back. You know.
And my other one was like all over the floor.
That's what happens when you have one too many.
We need to double check though.
One too many. One too many. Okay, so yeah, I forget about my YouTube, so I have to pause.
formations towards these portions of the game. Everyone else all across the map, slightly split apart.
Now this is a crazy zone that we just saw reveal itself. This is gonna give favor to so many teams on the eastern side and the north side. Hansel, Fat, Clips, Duke, Acorn, everywhere, Central Landing teams, and others that are in the conversation saw paper there as well. They have continued to find the zone in somewhat of this area. The last time we came up here, I mean,
saving those splashes as much as possible for the later portions of the game for the rotation as well. The reason they can move so late is because they have the utility to match. Bugha and Miro, one of those teams that really plans their loadout based on what they want to do in the game. They never even have to adapt Monster. It looks like they're really good at experimenting, at surviving. They plan to be in bad spots. They have all the answers, and they make it towards the end of these games.
That is true. This time around, Clarity G and Slacks again have that pressure coming on to the wall here. Swente and Rhythm, as they have decided, you know what, we're going to take this fight. After Canvas in the area, there was nowhere nearby. Who's the better duo? So far, Slacks has got to fight this one up by himself. Punishment on both ends is a 1-for-1. Both sides evenly trading, but Rhythms has got the shield advantage. Wicks the down body shot there, but ultimately goes for the exchange of pickups here, and Slacks does the same. So all of a sudden that happens. Meanwhile, Bugha takes out Cold in the feed, and we get to jump over there. They were not too far off, rotating on these River's edge.
7Z down 2. And these teams might be wondering, how is it possible that Bugha and Miro can keep chasing player after player in the storm? It's the 66 splashes. It's huge. They've got so many to use. They're playing no pressure whatsoever. Every other team has to bear the weight of a God duel and the storm on their back over and over again.
Meanwhile, Paper and Lawrence find 2 more elims too. Remember, that's a top 10 team there. They're consistently rising up the top. Rhythm and 20 finally finish up Clarity G's down body. Slacks falls along with them as well. And that'll be the end of the run for them. So they go 3 games positive, 3 games negative. Not bad, but not great by any means.
Oh no, Jack, Nosh taking out Rise.
Again.
And Trashy.
Oh man.
They're going to be stopped, and that fight will come at a cost as Nyx is still patrolling the storms, it looks like. Kandada.
Aegis is down.
He has to clutch this out. He has to get the res as well. This fight is on a timer, and it's up against Nut and Chucky. The people who are joined at the hip. One shot, one moment from both players. And the team that led the day goes to sleep in game 6.
What we have now is a story of Pamso and Thatch, who have a chance to break so far ahead that it will be near impossible to take them down tomorrow. But it will come down to their performance ultimately. Meanwhile, Bugha is going to find Cold there in the feed. You get to watch it back one more time on how 7Z falls and Cold as well. It's to the hands of Bugha. He finds him there on the rotate to the new zone. Bugha and Miro also have a chance now to get another FNCS title here. It's effectively been served up for them at this point.
Thatch and Pamso do not want to let it happen easily. Bugha and Miro really fighting to climb back this game. They're playing the perfect version of a game 6. Yeah, 15 points basically behind. Well, these guys are ahead.
I'm talking about
the other POV. Yeah, okay. We see the biases here on
mind's
both
here,
sides.
your mind's here. But you know what? We're trying to get to that #1 spot right now.
I like it. And I guess our minds aren't on these teams right now. There's so many of them to track and handle. Clicks Duke to one side of it. They're going to be up against Ritual and Tika, who made it off of spawn, which is really nice for the first time, it seems like.
That is true. And if that fight breaks out, Tampa and Thatch already have the edit open to look in and take some shots. Iamzo and Jamper have seemingly slipped out of our conversational point because we have so many teams that have just been neck and neck. And those crazy developments of our first and second teams going down, or our second and thirds there, that Iamzo and Jamper also have a chance now alongside Bugha and Miro here.
Yeah, they're closer to Bugha and all the way up top, just Thatch, than they are Clicks and Duke. They definitely have a chance to get first at the end of the day. All those teams in the top 5 to 10 are just looking to separate each other. This is it. Once more, a game 5 type of situation. Everything is blowing up. Clicks finding spots in the feed. Aviv also going down as Donnie's on low HP. Narwhal up from the sight lines of across the coast is also landing shots onto this fight and picking up what he can. Shonier popping off as every single person falls down in this box. The south side is where the action is, and no duo survives it at all.
And what's so unfortunate too is that OMGB2 is going to fall here, and now Shonier does it well. Another team that was in the competitive situation to get a top 5, potentially top 3 after this game, now falls as well. That's going to make it much more competitive. This is great for a team like Clicks and Duke here, as they have a true chance. That team shooting, by the way, at all of these duos here is Panther and Thatch. They're isolated on that right-hand side over there. They're going to have to move with everyone else. And look at this. The lobby is effectively distracted by Clicks and Duke, who try to make the first rotate there. And this could be great for a first-place team who moves in nice and late.
Paper Lawrence want to take no chances with any type of pressure from height, so they hide in the shadows down below. That's cast by this 10-story building right above him. Hooks and Duke, lots of mats expended to get to this spot. Every time they run low, finding a refresh from this point gets very, very difficult. Lawrence, not only is this a safe spot, it's a good spot to bully any other teams that are coming in super late from the water sides. Hamsto Fatch taking it nice and slow. They go north and then cut in past the river. Lawrence, Paper, they will dictate who gets to survive towards the mid-ground for now. But once again, we're left in a state for some of these teams to be under absolute disaster. Bugamiro looking good right now, but in the distance, behind the scenes on the right side, you can see that mountain that has so many builds on it. Fatch and Pamps know about it too. They're finally in. What a rotate. Cost them so much to get to this spot, and now they're focused. Old build from the backside. The metal's already built up and strong. They'll stay inside the zone and try once more.
Fatch is hurt. Pamps is down to no builds. Duke is finding eliminations here. He's by himself now, and again, it's the same conversation. When will we see them together and work this endgame? It's been off the backs of solo performances on either side. But what's most interesting is Miro finding more eliminations. They have played for high ground. Pamps is going to fall to the hands of Macwood there, but it's just a knock. Can he get saved? No, he cannot. Retz gets the finish there.
Fatch was the one who was actually in major trouble. Duke's the one who hasn't been having the most amount of clutches on the day. He survives a lot of placement, though. Gets what he can. Fatch also goes down. Second, third have a chance to rise. Peterbot and Bilo versus Miro and Buga, and they're both looking for heights. Peterbot gets it.
Oh, no.
This is huge for Peter and Bilo. First place is down, and these guys are neck and neck in points.
This is so bad for Buga and Miro right now. They were really hoping to get it here, and Buga gets crushed.
No way!
Oh, no. Just destroyed on the rotate there. Miro turns around, finds another one, finds a second as well with the knocked body there, and he is still earning points here, not giving up by any means. Miro once again left to clutch up right now. He's got a body in the storm as well, so he will get to max HP here in just a couple moments if this full finish comes through. As yes, you can see right there, they start to add up. Meanwhile, Peterbot and Bilo have that high ground.
High ground and the lead, and Miro's left in the clutch. I like nostalgia, but this is straight up Season 2 deja vu. I'm looking at the same type of situations. Cam here in that clutch seat as well. Not going to find much, but will affect Edgy and Acorn's legacy in this final game of day one. He'll look to see if he can survive, but I'm focusing on that feed for now. This is going to be tough for him to be able to make it out of. Tabnate going down. 15 different teams left. Who else is going to fall? Miro Buga, or I guess just Miro for now, is going to be up there. Cam! Okay,
oh
I guess he gets to live.
Oh, no. Not for long.
Matrix, he's fine.
Not for long. Not for long at all. Yubzo and Jumper have a chance right now, too. They're already at 3 elims. What more can they do? The crushing shot from down low. It's going to hurt them here. It's going to slow them down. And now they're both looking desperate for where right now. They're going to have to figure this one out, playing their way through. Meanwhile, Avery and Commandment are in another end game here to fight through. They're going back-to-back-to-back end games right now. Staying consistent is the name, but Avery's out of material. Commandment has to take over here, leading the front side, and another shot from behind now, and Avery is super hurt. They find themselves a little nook here to slow down and jump back in it, but it's not going to be enough.
Too many weak teams down below. Yamzo does a lot of damage, but it's not going to be triple digits, so that player will not go down. Jamper now up in a spot by himself. See if he can lead the team. Miro also in scary situations, in moments where one wrong edit, one wrong peek, and this man falls so far down the board. Second place. He can still rise to first. That top team right ahead of him.
He's riding the heels of Pamps and Thatch, though. 158 now is going to put him right in that conversation. 6 games have played out in front of us. Jumper might still do it, too. He's closing in here shortly. Down to no help, but no. Finished by Walkers and Shadow.
All eyes still on Miro. How long can he survive as every single team starts to fall? He's racking up that placement. Not in Chucky. All these top teams in the 20th to 30th place spots also looking for the comeback. Peterbot and Bilo, though, been solid on height so far, but they have really reigned dominance on the lobby. Not many people that healthy down below. It's just Shadow Walker, Chucky, it looks like on the left side, and Macwood will have a chance and a say at a conversation and a shout back towards the skies. Shadow and Walker, though, up against Acorn and Edgy. 6th place has a chance to continue climbing as they have 6 eliminations as well. They rattle on the walls of Nut. They get denied by that armor and have to rethink exactly what to do next.
They go around the backside where they came from. Threats is there and greeted with a big shot. He actually finds both of them. The crossfire was crazy. That's 8 eliminations. Meanwhile, Miro finds himself a little bit of ground here to work with, but he's down to 2 material, down to 2 builds. 162. He's on the heels of our #1 team, Peterbot and Bilo, who are off top. A huge one shot there, but no, he's exposed. Into the storm he goes. It's only a matter of time. Down goes Miro, and now first place, Bilo. Peterbot continue to get to break the way here. A chance to get a win.
How do they do this every single season is the question. Acorn and Edgy, the only team they really need to take out to really make that gap widen as much as possible. And another team might just do it for them. It's nutting Chucky up inside these low ground boxes. Edgy already down. Acorn by himself now. He's getting melted by the storm. Shadow and Walker looking for their next dub. It's going to be hard to find it against all these goats around him. And Chucky really looking for a chance to be in the conversation. Every single door is being slammed shut against their cold calls.
Peterbot and Byler trying to get the back-to-back FNCS wins, and after this day one performance, it could just solidify. They're already won a game today. Walker's in Shadow on the low ground, trying to get back into that top 10, but it's going to be a hard-fought battle. We've seen them fight down here before. They do well, but how good? It's now a 2v1 situation. Both sides are super lit up. Shadow is good, but how good? He has to continue to work his way through. Meanwhile, Peterbot and Byler silent up top. They're just listening, watching it play out.
3 teams, 2 splintered, and it's Peterbot and Byla that have that hammer, hitting on low ground over and over again, shaping the way they want this region to look. First place, how many Elings can they get? How far can they go? They just want that VR. Sprays now, connect Shadow and Nuts Destinies together, but it is Byla that interrupts that entire link. He'll find one in the conversation. Chucky now up by himself, gets exposed to the light, and it shines in the shade of Peterbot and Byla as they pick up another win.
2 wins. They start the day off just like that, and they get to close out day one with another one as well. And all of a sudden, they are starting to break away so far that we are going to have to keep a close eye on them.
That rocket ship is way past the moon now. It's all the way into game number 3, it feels like. Game 9 type of performance I'm seeing from Peterbot. Byla in the 6th one. This is just too much, and we saw it on NA East before. No one could stop them. Competition might be over, Monster.
Look at that. 6, make it 7 and 8 eliminations for a game 6 closeout. And if you were doubting them before, they really let you know why they have won the last FNCS. Byla took home game 6 in just spectacular fashion.
And there were so many questions. Oh, they up once. Does it make the relationship stronger?
Right.
I'm no, guru in terms of how love works, but it seems like right now these guys are solidified, almost married as a duo.
Listen, I'm not an expert in that field either, but ultimately they come back together and they show us what was making it work before. And I mean, the success, it's playing out for us. So let's toss on over to Kelly because we need the standings.
They do say that distance makes the heart grow fonder. So maybe there's some kind of correlation here with teams splitting up and then realizing in the 3rd qualifier with one more chance to make it, that joining back up once again is their only shot.
Can't believe it, Jacob. The chase is over. We've been talking about it. They have been on the run since that game 2 performance. They haven't been able to cross to the top of the leaderboard yet, but right there, game number 6 in good fashion is going to be the one that puts them in that 1st place position.
I think something just kind of clicked in their head, and they didn't realize what they had until it was gone, and then they realized, hey, we can't do this anymore. We want to go back to back. So even though they did have a little bit of a slow start and a very, very little bit of a slow start, they definitely picked back up. They found their groove, and now they're in control here of day number 1.
I mean, the incredible thing here is I was looking at both of their looks at the end game here, and they both still have 10 charges in their grapple gloves. So I don't even know how you're like prioritizing your drop spot to land on these grapple gloves, but then you're so good that you're not even using them.
That's what champions are made of at the end of the day, because even though they have 10 charges, I got to imagine with how long they're holding high ground, they're using them just in a different way. They're using them to gather all that loot. They're getting all those builds, and they're scrounging up all those resources. That's the only thing I see possible, really.
I mean, the top team coming out of day 1, the reigning champs as well. And I saw a stat during that game that there was, what, a 70-point difference between 1st and 2nd place over the last season's finals. And now that is the point difference between 1st and 24th. So although there is a lead, there is still a high contention going on into day 2.
I mean, 182 rocking in all the way off of one day's performance. So much, and it's Miro and Booga right behind them by 20, Vivid. That is a team you don't really want on your heels, but that's the situation right now.
You know, Peterbot and Byla have played so well today, right? And we recognize it, but Booga and Miro, right? 2 tough zones. I even saw Kanata on Twitter. He was like, man, these zones, they've been terrible. Well, there's somebody landing even further south than you that's outperforming you right now. It's Booga and Miro. They're playing way too good right now. And yeah, Peterbot and Byla have the lead, but listen, as good as Booga and Miro have been playing in worse situations, it's looking kind of tight coming into day number 2.
Not to mention, just to kind of touch on that Miro and Booga point there, they're playing passively. They're staying south. They're really looting it. They're kind of just sitting in the moment. and allowing opportunity to come to them. So I'm not sure how it's all working. Maybe we get a full package tomorrow to break that one down, because they are finding their way through the storm surge, and we haven't really seen them in a bad position.
Yeah, they've been doing really, really great. Of course, Pamstone Thatch as well in third place. I know before in the season, Monster, you had a few questions to say about their drop spot. You know, you were you were talking about their drop spot being not quite up to par with their quality of play, but they're making it work. They're doing really, really well. They're being consistent from that drop spawn. I think that really helps them because they're not getting contested off spawn. They're not having these awkward off spawn engagements and off spawn scuffles because they know the drop so well. They've been practicing it, and clearly it's working.
And honestly, what I like about a lot of those top teams that you guys are mentioning is even though this is FNCS duos, there is a fantastic number of moments where they're picking up an immense amount of points as solos to prove that, hey, you guys picked the right one. You chose me for a reason, and that's why these guys are at the top of the leaderboard.
And speaking of that, of course, you know, we see Jamper and Eomza now. We talk about solo clutches. Eomza usually is solo clutching. We see this duo as like a solo clutcher duo. But this time, at the moment, they're being really, really good as being a duo. They've come together. They're sort of like, you know, Eomza's been like, you know what, Jamper, you need to start doing some work here. I can't be doing everything. And I like this. I like this development from this duo. They're now a synergy rather than a singular.
Yeah, and speaking about one of these teams, honestly, I just saw it right there. They had, I think it was like game 3. They had a tough mid game. They went down early. Acorn and Edgy, right there, game number 6. They just went up 11 places to close out day number 1. So putting themselves also in that conversation coming into tomorrow.
Showing that even though we are at the halfway point, so much can change here. And I do quickly want to remind before we signed off that the Epic family is quite big, and we actually have other games going on right now. The RLCS Sunday bracket is going to be wrapping up before EU tomorrow, so make sure to check that out. But everyone, that is going to be it for us. It's day 1 of the finals. The thrilling finale will be tomorrow, so make sure to check it out, and we'll see you next time on the Battle Bus.